July 19th, 2024, a date that will be etched in our memories forever. A day that began like any other, with people rushing to work, children heading to school, and the world moving at its usual frenetic pace. Yet within hours, the world as we knew it ground to a halt. The bustling streets fell silent, and the once busy intersections became eerily still. A global tech outage, unprecedented in scale and severity, gripped the planet. Cities plunged into darkness and communication lines went dead. From the bustling airports to the silent operating rooms, the world froze. Flights were grounded and critical surgeries were postponed, leaving many in a state of panic and confusion. The hum of our digital lives went silent, leaving behind a chilling silence. Offices were deserted and computer screens went dark, as if the world had collectively taken a breath and held it. The outage served as a stark reminder. Our dependence on technology had a dark side. People stared at their lifeless devices in despair, realizing how intertwined their lives had become with the digital world. But amidst the chaos, there was a silver lining. Families gathered around candles, sharing stories and reconnecting in ways they hadn't in years. People talked face to face, rediscovering the art of conversation. As the sun rose the next day, the world slowly began to recover. Systems were restored and life resumed its normal pace. But the memory of that day lingered, a poignant reminder of our vulnerability and the importance of human connection. Airports, once symbols of global connection, transformed into scenes of chaos. Thousands of flights were grounded, travelers were stranded, their anxieties mounting with each passing hour. Emergency services struggled to respond. Ambulances reliant on GPS systems were left navigating blind. Hospitals, their systems offline, faced agonizing decisions. Businesses, large and small, felt the impact. Transactions failed, communication lines went dead, and productivity plummeted. The source of the global disruption was traced back to Crowdstrike, a cybersecurity firm. A faulty software update intended for Microsoft Windows had triggered a cascade of failures. This digital domino effect rippled across the globe, leaving countless devices paralyzed. Crowdstrike, facing intense scrutiny, issued a public apology. The company maintained it wasn't a cyber attack, but a grave error. The damage, however, was already done. The outage sparked a wave of philosophical debate. How did we become so utterly reliant on these invisible systems? Had we, in our pursuit of progress, sacrificed resilience for convenience? The incident exposed a stark truth. Our world was now held hostage by the very technology meant to empower it. The invisible hand of technology, once a symbol of progress, now felt like a suffocating grip. The outage laid bare the fragility of our digital infrastructure. It was a stark reminder of how much we depend on these invisible networks that power our daily lives. We had built a world on a foundation of interconnected systems, each reliant on the other. These systems, while designed to be robust, were not infallible. The complexity of our digital web meant that a failure in one part could ripple through the entire network. This interconnectedness, while efficient, had created a single point of failure. The very thing that made our systems powerful also made them vulnerable. A minor glitch could escalate into a major catastrophe, affecting millions. A single glitch, a single error, had brought the world to its knees. People were left frustrated and helpless, unable to access essential services. Businesses ground to a halt, and emergency response teams scrambled to restore order. The incident served as a wake-up call. It highlighted the need for better planning, more robust systems, and a greater focus on cybersecurity. Experts convened in urgent meetings, analyzing what went wrong and how to prevent it in the future. We had prioritized innovation over resilience, speed over security. In our rush to advance, we had overlooked the importance of building systems that could withstand failures. Cybersecurity experts began to review outdated security protocols, pushing for updates and improvements. And well, the consequences were now impossible to ignore. The outage was a sobering lesson in the need for balance between innovation and security. It was a call to action for everyone involved in the digital world to rethink and rebuild with resilience in mind. Section 6. Rebuilding trust, rebuilding systems. As engineers worked feverishly to restore services, a different kind of rebuilding began. Trust, shattered by the outage, needed repair. Tech companies facing public anger and scrutiny pledged to do better. Governments, recognizing the vulnerability, promised investigations and reforms. The outage had exposed a systemic weakness, a vulnerability that demanded immediate attention. Section 7. The hidden costs of interconnectivity. The global tech outage forced the world to confront the hidden costs of our interconnectedness. In an age where our lives are intertwined with technology, the convenience of instant communication, the efficiency of automated systems, all came with a price. We often overlook the vulnerabilities that come with such advancements. We had traded away resilience, redundancy, and perhaps most importantly, control. The systems we rely on daily are fragile, and the outage served as a stark reminder that progress without foresight could lead to devastating consequences. The question now was, could we learn from our mistakes? Could we build a more resilient infrastructure? The challenge lies in balancing innovation with security, ensuring that our advancements do not become our Achilles heel. As we move forward, it is crucial to remember that every step towards greater interconnectivity must be matched with measures to safeguard our systems. Education and awareness are key. By understanding the risks, we can better prepare for and mitigate the impacts of future disruptions. The future of technology depends on our ability to adapt and learn. Together, we can build a more secure and resilient digital world. Section 8. Preparing for the inevitable. The July 19th outage was not a matter of if, but when. Experts had long warned about the vulnerabilities of our digital infrastructure. The interconnected nature of our systems, while efficient, made us susceptible to cascading failures. Moving forward, the focus had to shift. Cybersecurity, once an afterthought, needed to be paramount. Redundancy, the duplication of critical systems, had to be prioritized. Section 9. The future demands resilience. The global tech outage of July 19, 2024 was a watershed moment. It exposed the fragility of our digital world and the profound consequences of technological failure. Moving forward, resilience must be our mantra. We must build systems that can withstand shocks, adapt to disruptions, and recover swiftly. The future demands it. Our interconnected world depends on it. Our very survival might just hinge on it.